Another day, more Google Pixel Fold information released. Obviously, all of this is rumored, but we are now getting a lot of confirmed sources in a row, which is actually really good. So, our first confirmed source is that next month will be 100% the release of the Google Pixel Fold, which is probably the best news we're going to get all day, which is absolutely a W. Which means we'll actually find out how good this phone actually is and if it's going to be a bust or not. According to CNBC citing international communications, the Pixel Fold will be the most durable hinge on a foldable phone. This apparently will be more durable than the Samsung phones, Oppo phones, Surface Duo phones, period. Now, keep in mind that the Samsung iteration, the Galaxy Z Fold series, has up to 400,000 folds before it breaks. That means that this hinge will have more than 400,000 folds. Here's the kicker. It will be water resistant, not waterproof. Most likely, it's not going to have an IPX8 rating. That's what Samsung has on their Galaxy Z Fold series. The Z Fold 5 is going to have a dust-resistant rating plus a water-resistant rating. It's going to have both. I know it says right here the Z Fold series is officially not advertised for beach and pool use and not a dust-resistant device. That is not accurate to what the brand new Z Fold 5 is going to be. The Z Fold 4 is not, but the Z Fold 5's hinge is so good that it's actually such a small gap. It's going to have an IP68 rating. So it looks like we're probably going to get what we see out of Surface Duo 1 and 2. Actually, sorry, not Surface Duo 1. Surface Duo 2 when it comes to an IP rating on the Google Pixel Fold. That is a IPX, I think it's 1. IPX1, which says that if you hold the phone vertically in a rainstorm, it will not break. So if you go outside and it's a rainstorm and you're holding the phone like this, vertically, it will not break. But if you move it in any way, any orientation, and it breaks, it's not their fault. Because it's an IPX1 rating, meaning that it's not actually, you can't actually do that. So, yeah. It is what it is. It's the same thing with the Surface Duo 2. Where they tried to force an IP rating on it when it really shouldn't have an IP rating, but they were like, no. This is IP rated, this is water resistant. It's just that it just has to be held like vertically, cannot move in any orientation, and you can go out in the rain, in very, very light rain, and the phone won't break. If you move it like this, and the hinge gets up, nope, it's broken. That we told you can't do that. So, yeah. It is what it is. The battery will last up to 24 hours or up to 72 hours in low power mode. Just like what Google lists for the Google Pixel 6a, 7, and 7 Pro today. It will be powered by the Tensor G2 chip, which is kind of what we expect. We're not expecting to see the G3 chip come out until the end of this year, so very on par to what we expect to see when it comes to this. Nothing too crazy special, just Tensor G2 chip. We get additional confirmation that the external display is 5.8 inches and the internal display is 7.6 inches, which is exactly what the Z Fold series is. Meanwhile, the Pixel Fold, which we previously reported was heavier than the Z Fold 4, is said to weigh 10 ounces compared to Samsung's 263 grams, which is around 9 ounces. So it's going to be an ounce heavier than the Z Fold series. Likely, the Pixel Fold is said to cost up to $1,700, which I tell you right now, and it says it will, with Google offering free trade-ins and a free Pixel Watch, presumably as the pre-order incentives. I don't want to hear anything about the price tag. I really don't, because I've heard people say it's $1,800. I've heard people say it's $2,000. Heard people say it's going to be $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. At this point, I don't care about the price tag because you know what? Google's going to tell me the price tag next month. And if they charge $1,700, $1,800, $1,900, And guess what? It's going to fail, and it's going to be another device that we talked about on the channel that never saw the light of day and just got dropped after a year. If they come out with this price tag around $1,400-$1,500, we might be talking about a pretty dang good device that is, now a competitor in the market. It is what it is. Google knows better that they can't charge too much because they don't have any track record. It's the same thing why Samsung charges as much as they do. And you might say, well, they started charging with the Galaxy Z Fold 2. They started charging $1,800-$1,900. But again, they slowly, over time, made the device better to make the price more reasonable. I'm still thinking it's still outrageous how much they charge for that. But at the same time, it is what it is. That's how much it costs to make. But over time, you get more like, okay, well, I'll pay that much for this device because it has improvements and they have a track record. That's not what Google. Google has no track record at this moment in time. So, it is what it is. And if they are just going to do what Samsung did, where they're going to charge outrageous prices, and then every year they're just going to keep charging the same price, then yeah, maybe by the Google Pixel 4, I end up picking it up. Not going to pick it up for Google Pixel 1 if it's going to cost $1,700. Gonna have to give me some type of track record before I spend that much. Microsoft has really just irked me when companies charging all this money for these devices have no track record, and then when next second everything goes to heck, they just pull out and run away. And I'm not saying Google is going to do that. Obviously, Google is not Microsoft, but at the same time, I'm not really gonna put all my eggs in the same basket here. So, Google, be smart with the price tag. Don't be crazy. I know you want to make money off this device. I know you want this device to be very successful. But at the same time, though, you got to keep in mind that this market is not as beautiful as it can be. And if Google does this correctly and comes in this market correctly, this market could be one of the most beautiful markets out there when it comes to the affordable industry. But right now, we have the top dogs, and then we have a cluster of just nonsensical phones that come out that simply just like, okay, well, this phone it looks good on paper, it's cool, it's designed cool, but no one's going to buy it because it's not actually practical. So, Google, you have the ball in your court, and I've said this many times on this channel with Microsoft. You have the ball in your court. Please don't fumble the bag now. Because you might be our last chance at something beautiful when it comes to this industry. And the foldable phone market is you actually not fumbling the bag here. You doing good, and then the Surface Duo 3 being successful. See you guys next one. Peace out.